going to come in and trample all over you. What good is a seat at the United Nations if they're not going to listen to you? The United States has to listen to China. They have to listen to Russia because China and Russia have a bunch of nuclear bombs that are already pointed at every Western city. Now, of course, I support Africa having nuclear bombs. I understand we're far away from that, and maybe it's a bit controversial to say that. But what I think we also need to understand is that Africans are dealing with the same issues that the American citizens are dealing with under our own regime. Americans are dealing with fraudulent elections. We're dealing with censorship. We're dealing with the monopoly of land and private capital. And until Americans and Africans are able to command respect, then there really is no future for either of our peoples. Ultimately, to sum up, I want to bring in the point of Ukraine as well, because Ukraine did something very interesting recently. Zelensky realizes that the front line in Ukraine is collapsing. The Russians are moving in. So what did he do? He threatened the ability for Ukraine to be able to develop nuclear bombs. He said, Ukraine can develop a nuclear bomb in several weeks. And then everyone got very worried about that. I think the West needs to get very worried about the potential for Africa to assert its own sovereignty and command respect in the same way that we're seeing in the new Confederation states, but all across Africa. And maybe it only starts with one or two nations, but that's exactly what we saw with Iran and Syria. And now look at the United States proxy of Israel. Israel's collapsing because they understand that the strength of Iran and the strength of Syria with the backing of Russia is, it's completely incomparable to the strength of Israel, who would undoubtedly lose in a conventional war against these nations and their proxies all across the region. So I think the question of military power is extremely important, and it actually comes before the question of economic power or trade routes or currencies or any of these things. So I hope to see more bold leadership, even in the case of Niger. Victoria Nuland was too afraid to tell Nigeria to invade Niger because she understood the military power of these Sahel states with the backing of Russia. They wanted to do an ECOWAS invasion, and with the intervention of Russia and China and the military backing in the Sahel states, they understood in the United States that this was a no-go, that they couldn't do it. So I hope in my lifetime, I'll end here, that we'll see a nuclear Africa. We're already seeing Russia. Rosatom is talking about bringing nuclear reactors into Burkina Faso, but I hope one day it's nuclear bombs.